Hope everybody's doing well today. My name is Brian Huff. Welcome to the live stream. Wasn't going to do this because I wasn't sure what's going to happen, but it looks like there is some severe weather around our area. So I was going to come on here real quick and give everybody some updates. Now, here in Southwest Tennessee, we don't have a whole lot going on. Luckily, we just had some hail come through the area, and it's currently just south and west of Parsons, Tennessee. As you can see here, you can actually see that band right back there where that's coming headed this way. There was some hail reported with this storm. It's died down quite a bit since it started in McNairy County, but still has a chance to produce some hail there. So something to keep an eye out for if you're on the road for sure. Well, Charles, I'm not sure of the correct spelling. I've always spelled mine the way they spell it on the baloney. So let's take a look here and see what is going on. So we've got some more heavy rain that's coming into our area from the southwest, and everything's sort of training over the same area. So we have a risk of pretty much flooding uh, in our area. So I'm really not sure about the tornado threat in our area. Now, if you're in central Mississippi, you can see right here we've got an active tornado warning here. And they actually had some storm chasers that were en route to intercept that, but it looks like they've turned and gone another way. Okay, yeah, there's some more warning boxes now that are popping up in Louisiana. So far, it looks like the tornado threat is really through central Mississippi. Of course, that's going to track into northwestern Alabama and to north central Alabama later on, probably. So everybody in Alabama needs to really pay attention to this, especially around Huntsville and Moulton and Haleyville. These areas here, you're definitely going to get this Decatur. You definitely want to keep your eye out for this. Yeah, just some uh, nasty weather out there for sure. So let me go through here and turn on. I'm going to go over here to Arkansas and see what's going on. So it's a lot quieter over here right now. And as a matter of fact, we go in here and check the live camera in Perry County. Isn't that gorgeous? So that's live right now in Perry County, Arkansas. And the temperature there is 67.9 degrees. So that's the thing. The sun's out there. They've gotten lower level heating in the atmosphere. But what I'm thinking is for us up here in the northern part of the storm system, all this stuff that spawned earlier and was sort of ejected out ahead of this front, I think stabilized the atmosphere for us. So I hope we don't see anything tornadic. Of course, we're over here near Clarksdale, Arkansas. You've got a pretty nasty storm right there. I don't like that little notch right there. That could this will definitely be a storm to kind of keep an eye on as it moves out. So that one's moving 60 miles an hour to the northeast, and that's going to put it right in this area near Mumford, just to the west of Mumford, around 421. There's no warnings with that storm, but it does look like it has some really heavy rain. And possibly right there where you see this notch, those purple, that could be some light hail or really heavy rain. Charles, thanks, man. Stay safe out there. It's a pretty nasty day, but tomorrow should be a lot nicer. This system's moving pretty quick, so hopefully to get out of here. What's got me concerned is you see, as we zoom out and look at the big picture, we've got this warm front in place, and this cold front is coming down. And then you've got a dry line right in front of it. So we've got all this moisture that's been pumped into our area So if there's not a chance for tornadoes, there's still definitely a chance for I feel like or I'm sorry, thunderstorm activity at least. Um, so, but yeah, so let's go in here. We will check in with Brad Arnold and see what they're getting into down in South Mississippi. So it looks like they're headed. Let's see. They're in Silver City right now, so that's where this storm originated from, and is now headed off to the northeast. Still tornado warned, moving at 33 miles an hour. 100% hail probability with a 60% severe hail probability. Max hail size of 1 inch. Meso vortex on that is a 5. So the signature on that storm is still pretty strong. It is tornado warned. It looks like it's died down a little bit and maybe recycling there. So just south of Europa, Mississippi, headed toward West Point. So if you're in that area, and even in Starkville, you guys need to pay attention to the storm. Definitely got some hail there. You got 16 minutes left on that tornado warning. All right. So this one now is severe thunderstorm warned. Severe thunderstorm will be near Coilo around 4:15 p.m. North Carlton around 4:25. Winona around 4:30. Duck Hill. So that's where this storm is headed. So that'd be this one right here. It's moving to the northeast northeast at 49 miles an hour. So that one is severe thunderstorm warned. Going back up at our neck of the woods here, you'll notice that we do have this storm that's going to bring some really heavy rains approaching Middleton right now. Should be in Middleton the next 5-10 minutes. And track the center of this. It'll bring it within Selmer at 4:31 p.m. So around 4:31 p.m. It's probably getting some more heavy rain. And that looks like to be our major threat right now is going to be rain from these storms. Hopefully it's going to stay that way. I'm going to leave this up and be tracking things here over the next couple of hours as I get a little bit more work done here. And thanks for joining us, and hope everybody out there stay safe. All right, so we got some really heavy rain coming into the area here right now, so I'm going to stop the animation. And just east of Middleton, there's some possible hail with this storm. And so far, that's all that we've got moving through our area. And then we're going to actually go down to the south here and check out this tornado warning storm in Mississippi. What do you say, Chuck? Yeah, I've been watching Ryan Hall today as well. Great channel. And but they don't always cover where we live, so I've been chasing storms since I could drive. The older I get, the more I just want to sit here where it's safe. All right, so 4:53 p.m. This storm is about 5:03 p.m. This is going to be out near Asylum. So everybody down here in central Mississippi needs to pay attention to this storm. It's going to be going just to the west northwest of West Point there, and we'll go back over here. And it's going to be followed up with another storm that is currently severe warned. Um, and so definitely need to pay attention to that storm as well. I'm gonna run back down. Oh, we've got some new warnings down here. Let me pull up the Jackson radar so we can see what's going on. So we got another tornado warning and severe thunderstorm warning down here. This storm is tracking 33 miles an hour to the east northeast. 100% hail probability, 50% of severe hail, mesocyclone 4, and 1-inch max hail size. So that is a nasty storm, and you can see right in there is where that hail would probably be. All right. So that is in that area. Let's go down here and see. We've got multiple storm chasers, it looks like, in this area. And then we've got over in Louisiana, we've got a couple of tornado warning storms there and one that's got a severe thunderstorm warning. And you can see how all this is sort of following that marginal risk area that the National Weather Center laid out. So they pretty much hit this one right on the nose of where those tornadoes and severe thunderstorms are going to be popping up. All right. So up here in our neck of the woods, we've just got a mess. Just a lot of rain. We've had some light hail come through the area, but that's pretty much gone now, it looks like. Down around Pocahontas here, it looks like you've got some hail just to the northwest of Pocahontas, possibly, or just really heavy rain. That's going to be starting to move out of your area around, well, around now. Let's see, we should get an updated radar shot here. Yeah, it definitely looks like some hail there around Pocahontas. And that's going to be coming into Sulphur Springs and into the downtown Selmer area around 4:33. So here in about 7-8 minutes, we should probably start getting some of that here in the downtown area where I'm currently at. So that's going to run right over me. That'll be interesting. So I'm going to keep this radar up here and go monitor some stuff out the window real quick. All right. It looks like that storm is actually starting to lose a little bit of its punch there as it's moved out of the Pocahontas area, starting to move into Sulphur Springs. Definitely going to have some heavy rain though. So if you're out there driving on the roads, definitely need to look out for that. There's been a lot of water on the roadways today with the heavy rains that we've had. And it looks like if you take a look how these are forming, they're still sort of forming to our southwest and training over and over and over. So you do have a chance, I think, for some flooding in our area. But it really looks like to me right now that's about all we have a threat of. Of course, that could change if you see. What concerns me is you see how this low pressure cell is swinging this warm, moist air up, and this low pressure cell here to the north is swinging down this cold, dry air. And we've got a dry line. I mean, this is just the perfect recipe for all these tornadoes that we see forming down here. Probably going to be a nocturnal event as it moves over into Alabama and stuff to have some nighttime tornadoes to deal with. But for us, in southwest Tennessee, where we're at, looks like just a messy, rainy, cold day. Well, cold. I guess that's. We'll check it out and see. In Savannah, 63 degrees currently. And you can see the camera swaying in the wind there. And that, as opposed to if you swing way over here to Perry County, Arkansas, where we were a moment ago, is 66 degrees and sunshine. I still got some pretty fall foliage going on there in Perry County, Arkansas. And then down in South Haven or in Olive Branch there in Mississippi, uh, you still see they've still got a pretty heavy layer of clouds there. Not a lot of wind or rain or anything to speak of. So you can still sort of tell those clouds. I think this is pointed, if I remember correctly, this camera is pointed to the northwest. So those clouds are still streaming in from the southwest, moving northeast. And we'll run up here at Jackson 911 Tower. In Madison County 911 Tower, there you see those clouds are still moving at a pretty fair rate. But just no major weather to speak of there. Yeah, that storm's gotten a little bit stronger there. It's about to head into Sulphur Springs, so you're definitely going to get some really heavy rain and possibly some hail there. And that's going to skirt just to the north. It seems like. Let's see if I can put a. It's been a while since I've used this software, and we've been lucky not to have any really bad storms here lately. Okay, there's a latest radar shot, and actually up here near Beauty Hill, looks like you're about to get some heavy rain, possibly some light hail in the Beauty Hill area. And Sulphur Springs, that's probably just really heavy. 59 decibels on the radar there. That's probably just really heavy rain. So, gonna take a look over here and see how everybody is doing in the south. Central Mississippi there. All right. Looks like they've allowed that tornado warning to expire. I would not let my guard down though, because you see these storms are still pretty strong. This one here, 100% probability of hail, 40% probability of severe hail, 3/4 of an inch of that diameter. And that meso 6 right there, that's the intensity of the rotation of the storm. So this thing still has a major uh, Doppler indicated rotation. So there's definitely a chance this storm could go tornado warned again. So if you're anywhere in this area, you need to be pay very close attention to this and have a plan in place to take shelter. Yeah, not a very strong rotation on this storm right now, so that's good. Definitely has some hail and some very heavy rain there. This is just east of Europa and Matheson, north of Center Grove, there in Mississippi. So let's see if anybody's anywhere near any of these warned areas down in southern Mississippi. Let's go in here and we'll check out. See, it's 74.5 degrees, and Brandon Choppett is. It's like he's hanging out waiting on the storm to move into his area. And see if Brad Arnold's en route to intercept. Hey, Jeff and Leslie. I am safe and sound inside my studio right now. We're actually tracking some storm chasers right now in South Mississippi that are moving into an area that looks pretty volatile right now. Oh, yep, because this storm just went tornado warned. So there we go. Wow. So let's read the information on this tornado warning here. Tornado warning for Holmes County in central Mississippi, and northwestern Yazoo County in central Mississippi, and southeastern Humphreys County in central Mississippi. Radar indicated rotation at this point, so it actually hasn't been spotter indicated. This is the one that Brad Arnold, his crew, are on en route to intercept. Chuck, this is Radar Omega. I've got the $5 a month subscription right now that allows me to use it on my PC, and it's a very, very intuitive software. Wow. So we'll take a look here and see where Brad is at in reference to this storm now. Not sure if they're okay, so they're on Old Highway 49 West now in Silver City. So they are to the north of this storm that's moving through with the tornado warning. It's moving east northeast at 43 miles an hour. Looks like they're having some connection issues. I can't imagine. I'm shocked that they have internet service way out there. That's incredible. I'm going to actually take a moment to come back to our neck of the woods and check on what is happening. As we've got that heavy rain now is moving into our county and moving through. And it is moving east northeast at 64 miles an hour. Just a 50% chance of some hail in this storm. So nothing severe. As you can see in our area, we've been fortunate to not really have anything in severe limits. So check up here at Centerville. You know, we still have some pretty warm temperatures in the area. We've got quite a bit of moisture that's been moved in. So that's what concerns me, is all this moisture that's been pumped in our area. It's a lot of fuel. And but as you can see, we're still fortunate enough that all the severe weather has stayed to our south. I don't suspect that's going to change. Because if you actually look and see how these storms are firing up, even though they've been kind of firing up along this same line right here all day, every time they get close to within being in severe limits, they just sort of collapse. So there's just doesn't seem to be enough instability in the atmosphere in our area to support that. However, to our south and east, these folks are not so lucky. You can see, of course, these are all training over. I wouldn't be surprised to see all this go under flash flood warnings at any time, because you see how this train effect is occurring, and all these cells are moving over the same area over and over again, and as they go into Alabama. And man, this cell down here is really getting fired up. So we'll switch over to Jackson radar real quick. Take a look at this, and we'll check back in with Brad and see what they've got going on. Yep, Chuck, I'm using Radar Omega. You can, if you get it on your cell phone, you can sign up as little as $4.99 a month, and that gives you an ability to set up an account with them. And then once you have the account, you can log in to the PC edition of it, and it's really cool. And it gives you a lot of control, it gives you a lot of access, and especially for $5 a month, that's not bad at all. This is so far the best app that I've found. I've gone through a lot of different radar apps recently, just looking at them and trying them out, and this one is so far the most amazing one I've seen. Woo, I hope they don't run upon a tornado with all those trees around, because that is not a great place to be. Yeah, I used to chase them, Chuck, but where we live, and you see what these guys are dealing with those trees and everything. By the time they find something, it's going to be really close to where they're at with that kind of terrain. So it's super dangerous. And you can see here on radar, we can actually take a look and see how close they're actually getting to where this is all. And honestly, you see all this heavy rain and where this notch is. I would say if there's a tornado there, it could be rain wrapped, at which point you're really not going to see it. Um, that's crazy. We've got some new severe thunderstorm warnings that have gone up now around Winona. And this storm right here is moving east northeast at 40 miles an hour. Whoa. Meso rating of a 7 on this one with 100% hail probability and 80% probability of severe hail with a max diameter on that hail of 1.5 inches. So, folks, if you are in this area around Kilmichael, anywhere along this Highway 82, and Hendricks and moving up towards center, and it's going to be near it's going to be in Shady Grove at 5:03 p.m. Folks, that is a major storm coming. You need to have some form of plan in place for this because that is a really intense storm. Lots of hail with this one. Can't really see on this. I'm going to actually put the animation up on this one and see if I can tell. Gosh. That's really hard to read. That is one strong storm right there. I expect that storm will go tornado warned anytime now. That's really frightening. So our first storm that was allowed to expire is still moving east northeast at 38 miles an hour. Is just south and or just going through Aberdeen now and West Point. So we've got really heavy rain. So if you're going along the Highway 45 corridor down through here, be really careful. You're going to have tons of water on the road. It is not going to dry off. It's not going to run off as quickly as it needs to. My family went with me once storm chasing, and we got a little too close to a tornado warned storm. And after that experience, nobody wanted to go with me anymore. So yeah, I'm gonna run back up here to our neck of the woods and see. Oh, that's interesting. So this storm now is moving out of northeast at 56 miles an hour, 70% chance of 3/4 inch hail. Meso 2. Okay, that storm actually got some rotation to it. Okay. Um, fire up the animation here and get the latest shot on that radar. So you've got really heavy rain going on just right here in the central part of our county, in McNairy County. And we've just still got bands of thunderstorms that are just forming back here. But nothing is reaching any severe limits. Oh, that one looks interesting. Yeah, Meso 4. See, this one's actually got a hint of rotation to it. So it's a mesocyclone. And that is in Abbeville, Mississippi, heading east northeast at 62 miles an hour, which will bring it up near Faulkner around 5:20 p.m. Might have to keep an eye on this storm. That one's pretty interesting. So as we go into the nighttime hours, I don't think losing heat of the day is really going to affect these storms because we've got something going on this time of year that's not really normal. As we've got this jet that has dipped down from the north and the subtropical jet from the south, and they're actually converging. So we've got all this warm, moist air that's going up out of the Gulf of Mexico, and then we've got this cold front that's going to swing down out of Oklahoma and swing through during the evening. So as all that warm and cold air mix, which they do not like to mix, we're just going to have this huge area of convection firing up storms. So, you know, it seems to be. I don't know if I've actually got the. Let me go in here and turn on the actual tornado watches, severe thunderstorm watches, and flood watches, and we'll actually take a look and see. So there you go. So if your county's outlined in yellow, you're under a tornado watch, I believe until 7 p.m. Um, it expires in 131 minutes. Yeah. So this is the yep, 7 p.m. tonight. I wouldn't be shocked to see this extended to later in the evening, possibly. It depends on if this system picks up speed moving to the east. But as of right now, the tornado watch is in effect until 7 p.m. And so we're going to run back down here and check with Brad and them and see where they're at. All right. So it looks like they're actually headed out of that area now. So I'm going to leave this radar up and running and keep an eye on things, and I will be back shortly. All right, everybody. So thanks for hanging out with us today. And looks like things are calming down quite a bit here in our area. So I'm going to go down here and check out this storms in southern Mississippi. They still got some really strong ones down here. And yep, moving northeast at 45 miles an hour, going into Lexington, Mississippi. 90% hail probability with 60% severe hail probability and 1.25 inch hail. Wow, this storm is not playing around. Still tornado warning for the next 22 minutes. And Yazoo City, the storm here is moving east northeast at 45 miles an hour with 100% hail probability, and it has a TVS signature. Now that's interesting because that's definitely showing a tornadic signature on that storm. I'm actually going to go in here and read to see. Tornado is radar indicated rotation, so there's still not been a storm spotter to be able to verify this tornado. That being said, you should treat it as if they have verified it, because these tornadoes in this area, of course, now it's dark, so you just cannot see it coming. So you definitely need to seek shelter if you're in this area, because this is a very nasty storm. And still got some really bad stuff going on down here in Louisiana. It's going to be moving into Mississippi. And way down here, just north and west of Hattiesburg, got a tornado warning there. And so, still a very active system. You can see way back here in Texas, crossing into Louisiana there, we've actually got a tornado warned storm. But everything as far as our area, it seems pretty quiet. It looks like this is all going to drag through here to our south from where we're at here in southwest Tennessee. So, with that, I'm going to actually end the stream. I hope everybody has a great evening, and I appreciate you for coming by and checking it out. If we get more severe storm in our area here, so we have a special weather statement here on this storm, so we'll see what this one has to say. Yeah, this was the storm we talked about earlier that had penny-sized hail, winds in excess of 40 miles an hour. Decaturville, Montgomery, Scotts Hill, Thurman, Lick Skillet. There we go. We found us another awesome name, didn't we? Gumdale, Haney, Bath Springs, Pleasant Grove, Red Walnut, Largo, Dunbar, and Mount Lebanon. If you're in these areas, you need to pay attention to the storm as it moves into your area. It is currently moving to the northeast at 59 miles an hour. So this storm's really, really moving, as you can see there. I'm going to actually get an animation on it so we can see. And I would say that hail has probably died down by now. So you're probably in the clear on that storm, but definitely some heavy rain. If you're along the I-40 corridor there, Parsons in that area, you need to really be careful on the roadways. And have a safe evening, ladies and gentlemen. And thanks so much for joining us. My name is Brian Huff, and this has been a lot of fun hanging out with you guys. So see you on the next one.